Hey everyone. Okay, this is Joe McNamee, and this is Garrett McNamee. He's my youngest son. You're still 11, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for another month and a half, month or so, something like that. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Well, there's a party planned, and it's going to have like this monster slide, and you already know all that kind of stuff. So we always have to do it ahead of time, plan it, because all of his friends he's away from when school's out, and so we try to plan it ahead of time so that everybody knows and they can try to come if they can, and get some way, all the summer stuff. So Garrett, we're going to be talking about some real estate.
Oh.
So the subject you just love, right?
Oh, no.
Not really. and none of my kids do, and that's the God's honest truth. I mean, it's not their passion. They don't love it, but
I do kind of love it.
Do you?
Sort of. I
Okay.
sort of do like it.
Well, listen here. Yeah, I just found out something by doing this video. All right. Okay, so now don't goof around too much. All right.
Okay.
So seriously now, what is it that you see your parents do? Your mom and I. When we're out there and we're looking for houses, what do you think we're looking for?
You're looking for a house that.
It doesn't really matter what it looks like, right?
It doesn't really matter what it looks like, but you're trying to see how much it costs per month.
That's right.
And then and sell it to someone who's going to pay more per month than what it costs.
That's right. And so it costs me this much, and I'm selling for this much, and in between there is my profit, right?
Oh, your profit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just like you said, I want to find sellers who are willing to let me control their property before I commit to it. Because what I need to find, I don't want to spend money on a property that I don't have a buyer for, do I?
No.
Okay. So does that make any sense to go out there and spend a bunch of money on a property and I don't have anybody to pay me for it? That's kind of foolish.
That's very foolish.
All right. Okay. So now, what if? And I'm going to just throw a couple things at you. All right. So what if I found a house that cost $1,000 a month, and I put it under control? All right. Well, I'm not paying $1,000 a month yet, am I?
No.
Why am I not paying any money yet?
Because if you don't have a buyer yet, you're just sitting there wasting all that money.
Exactly right. That's awesome, dude. See, it's that easy to understand. 11 years
I'm
old.
only 11.
Okay. All right. Now look here, guys. All right. So now, so when I'm out there and I'm looking for a property and I find one that costs $1,000 a month, I put it under control. All right. And then I look for a buyer who's going to pay me. What if a buyer comes up and the best they can pay me is $700 a month? What am I going to do?
No.
I'm not going to make that deal, right?
No.
Why not?
Because it's underpriced.
That's right. It's under what I would be. So there's negative profit, right?
Yep.
There's no such thing as a profit there. Okay. So now I'm looking for somebody to pay me more than $1,000, but I'm not going to go for $1,050 or $1,100. What do you think a good number would be?
Like 1,500.
Okay, so $1,500. I like $1,500. I always tell everybody in the beginning at least $1,300. So get at least a $300 per month. What's that called again? That little number in between there?
Profit.
That's right. So $1,300 a month profit or cash flow. Same thing. All right. You haven't heard that word before, have you? You probably have, but you just didn't realize what we were referring to. So, all right. So now, then I'm in good shape because I've got a house that costs me $1,000 a month now. All right. Now I'm going to commit to it because I've got somebody paying me $1,500 a month. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I've got a profit of how much in that one?
500.
$500 a month. Plus, they're paying off a house that I'm taking over. So the $1,000 that's coming from the buyer to pay what the seller's needs paid for out of it, that $1,000 every month is paying away what I owe on this property. All right? And so I'm making extra money above that, plus they're paying down or off what it is that I owe on the property. So that's a really cool thing. All right, so one of the big things is I should know what my buyers are willing to pay before I commit to this, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
All right, so with all that said and done, what would be your suggestion to everyone out there?
My suggestion is to build a big, strong buyers list first.
Okay, so in the world of real estate investing and people teaching real estate investing, if you look back and you go back maybe about 7 years ago, you would not see anybody telling you what he just said. All right? So it took him 15 to 20 minutes to understand that right there, whereas everyone else did not understand that, never focused on it. And then when I started putting it out there to everyone in the real estate investing training world, that it's more important to have your buyers first than it is to go after your properties first.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Makes
Okay.
no sense.
Now the next thing on this, Garrett, is when we build that strong buyers list and we have the confidence in knowing that there's not just one person but many people who are willing to pay more than what that property costs, then I'm in great shape to decide, how am I taking this property over now? Instead of me committing to it without knowing, I'm going to commit to it after I'm receiving an income and knowing that there's a whole lot more people than just that one who's going to pay me for the property.
Exactly right.
Okay, now you're saying that because I said it, but you truly do understand what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's easy.
All right. So we're in day 2 of your summer vacation.
Woohoo!
All right. Now here's the thing. This summer, my plan with you, and I didn't tell you yet, but my plan with you is to do one real estate deal. You're going to do one on your own this summer. So I suggest that you stay tuned and watch him do one. Were you shaking your head no?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So, now, did I say you have to go work on it and and have to cut the grass and have to paint it and have to build decks and have to do what? Did I say any of that?
Yes.
That you're going to do? No, I did
No,
not.
I'm just kidding.
So you're going to do one real estate deal, and then what are we going to do with that real estate deal?
We're gonna sell it to someone or something.
To make a profit on it, but
Yeah.
but we're going to make it to where you continue to make money off of it. Who? Me?
No, me.
Oh, you. That's right, you.
I get 80% cash
80?
flow.
Oh, 80% of the cash.
Yeah.
So I get 20% of the cash flow? Or does mom? Well, my 20% ends up going to mom. You know that, right? Yeah. So, but anyway, so that's our.
I want to use that money to get a new video game.
You're gonna get a new video game with 80% of the profit, and that's all you want is just one video game. Okay, well, that's like a little tiny piece of one little piece.
I'm gonna
of
get
the
multiple video games. And
Oh,
Xbox,
multiple?
And Xbox 360.
Oh, you don't want to go spend it on some other real estate deals?
No.
You don't have to, do you? Because you can do real estate without spending a bunch of money on them if you follow what you just told them people to do, to not commit to it until they already have a buyer paying them up front.
Alright.
So, okay, so Garrett, I appreciate you making it that easy for me to work with someone to get them to understand. Now, could Garrett do that all by himself in the very beginning? Of course not.
No.
He's starting to get it because we chat about it every now and then. He hears telephone conversations. He sees us talking. Sometimes he's at the office. When we're meeting right now, we're at the office. But there's that. Okay, so now, here's one thing I want you to understand. That when you look at the description of what Garrett gave of what we do, that's one tiny, tiny piece of real estate investing that we do. All right, don't be disruptive now. So that's one tiny little piece of what we do in the real estate investing world. Every single deal is not like what Garrett just described. That's the ones that keep the million and multi-millionaires from going broke when they don't know what to do because somebody flew a plane into a building or the world stopped lending money on real estate deals, okay? So when a real estate deal comes in front of you and you know how to do the deal without needing to borrow any money from banks, private lenders, hard money lenders, without committing to the property that you're going to make payments on it or take over the cost of it before you have a buyer in place who's already paying you up front before you do that. When you can do those kind of deals, then you won't be like a room full of multimillionaires from real estate investing that were all dead broke in one of my live events. I used to do a lot of live events. About every 2 months I was doing a live event. And in one, I've seen it happen over and over again, but in one event in particular, it was the strangest thing. Every single person that was in that live event were millionaires or multimillionaires from real estate and had lost every dime of it because they didn't know how to do what Garrett just said that you should do. So I hope you enjoyed that. I want you to focus on real estate and realize that it doesn't have to be any harder than what an 11-year-old can do. All right, take care now. Bye. Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Wait, what if they're a Boy Scout? Wait a minute, you can be a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout in the same video now.
Yeah.
All right. Wait a minute. Okay, we're done. You didn't know your dad could do that. I didn't either. But